Noon. It's old GranDad Swerve 360, proclaimed monument to the RVA hip hop scene. Means I'm old, cracked, and birds shit on me all day. Coming at you here to talk about Card Against Humanity. Big event. We're a week out. 7 days past. I like to give it a little breath before I do my recap. That's why I'm coming at you 7 days. I was going to do it that night or the very next day, but I thought it might impede the momentum and the truth in the recap. So I'm giving it to you a week later after I've boiled it over and let it simmer for a minute. I don't look at the camera. Forget about that. Get your mind off of it. Although there is a garage door behind me, I am not Angry Fan. I'm coming from you from 10,000 Studios. As you can see, there's, a few records, a few pieces of equipment, things rummaging around in here, but that's neither here nor there. What we're here to talk about today is Card Against Humanity, Strange Matter. Off top, Strange Matter is a great venue. They love the hip-hop, or I should say they don't mind, like everybody else. AGM, Cheats Movement, shout to you. The event was on point. All the artists showed up. Everybody was big. Let's get right to it. Enough said, right? Unfortunately, I got there a bit late. I did not see Trig versus Funds and Blood Code versus Face. I apologize to these battlers. And before we get into this, enough respect to everyone that gets on stage, win or lose. It takes a heart of a champion to get on that stage in front of a room full of people, and you know what is going to be the internet at a later date. Speak your mind and accept the offensive things that people will say in a battle. So salute to all the performers. It takes a lot of heart to get up there. So for Trig versus Funds and Blood Code versus Face, I'm going by the word in the room, the people I spoke to who I trust their opinion. They say Trig all over top of Funds. I don't want to give a breakdown. I didn't see the battle, but they said it was definite that Trig won and Funds lost. All right? I didn't see the battle. I'm not going to get into it. Blood Code versus Face. Quote, this is the best Face we have seen. Shout out to Face. Spoke to the brother at the party. The best Face we have seen was the quote I heard. So I heard Face took Blood Code without a doubt. Now I could get into numbers. I didn't see the battle. Getting to the battle I did see when I arrived. Chance Fisher versus Black Ab. Performance of the night. Supposedly Chance Fisher's first battle. And he still got performance of the night in my mind. I must say this, mad Richard Simmons energy. That's all that was in my mind. I don't even know what that means. Don't hate, this is one man's opinion. Mad Richard, just 3 rounds of an aggressive gangster hissy fit. Just steamrolled right over Black Ab. Black Ab has more of a laid-back style, and a lot of times you see someone that's full of aggression and energy just steamroll over someone with a smoother or laid-back style. So salute to both artists, salute to both performers. The crowd chanted 3-0. When that happens, what more is there to say? Let's move on. Bravo versus Trill Nick. This is a one-rounder. Don't really get into judging one-round battles. Other than to say this, it was a great performance by both performers, and it was the kind of one-rounder that would make me want to see a 3-round battle between these two gentlemen, and I think that's all really a one-rounder can do. If you watch a one-rounder with two guys and it doesn't provoke a feeling of wanting to see them again, then I don't know. I think the one-rounder lost. And in this case, that's not the case here. Both of these performers, Bravo, Trill Nick, showed up, put on. It's the kind of one-rounder you want to see more. You want to see these guys in a 3-rounder at some point in the future. So I think it built a lot of anticipation for that. Moving on to P.D. Weistro versus Ray Manley. Ray Manley versus Petey Wistro. Now, I mentioned the Richard Simmons energy and the Chance Fisher battle. There were some pause-worthy moments throughout the night. They've been mentioned on the group, so I won't get into that. There were some pause-worthy moments. It seemed like, I was drinking and it's been a week. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like there was a pocket check that came off like a dick check. I don't know. That could just be my fuzzy imagination. Shout out to the listening party. I was hanging out with the listening party, and of course the Cheats movement was in the building. But that's neither here nor there. Ray Manley versus Petey Wistro. I really dug Petey Wistro's confidence. He came with the material, original. I like what he came with. Ray Manley is an outstanding performer. I think Petey Wistro got the best of him tonight. It was close. It may come down to what style you prefer. But in my mind, I gave it to Petey Wistro, 2-1. Who am I? Swerve 360, the monument, Let's move on. Old GranDad. Young Russell with the big muscle. Big Butch the lesbian, Old Brown Eye the asshole. Those are my accepted names. So if you don't really get into this recap, I understand. I'm a little different. Moving on to the main event, which I would think many people would consider the main event whenever Nick shows out. Nicholas F. versus Big Genya. They had a face-off, a lot of anticipation for this battle. A legit 3-rounder. I don't know that there were time limits. It was a great battle. Kept everyone in the room very entertained, very focused. Did not realize at the time it was a judged battle. And obviously there was money on the line. During the battle, my consensus was that Nick was winning. I can't give you a round-by-round breakdown. I'd have to see the footage drop before I could do that. I don't really like doing that straight off memory. But my feeling during the battle was that Nick was winning. And I think that was the general feeling in the room. Now, at the end of the battle, and again, salute to both of the performers. Very aggressive. Nick is crazy aggressive, crazy bars, very entertaining. Big Genya, very entertaining. I've been a fan of Big Genya. He'll tell you that. I've been speaking to him at the battles for years now. It was a good battle. It could probably come down to, if you analyze it, you could probably come down to a style clash and what style you like better. But I will say my consensus was that Nick was winning. At the end of the battle, the judge called the battle 2-1 and gave it to Big Genya. There was an obvious shock in the room. And I think the judges anticipated being in a shock in the room because I wasn't sure exactly who was judging, but the particular judge that gave the call was a big gentleman of a certain size and weight. And he anticipated there was going to be some discomfort with the decision. And let's just say he dealt with that pretty aggressively. From the stage, and then proceeded to walk through the crowd with an aggressive posture. And I got to salute him for that. He was really standing by the decision. And as the big man of the judges, I got the feeling that he was taking that weight. He put that on his shoulders, obviously. If you have a problem with the decision, deal with it with me. He put that right on his shoulders so the other judges didn't have to face that. I can respect that. That's leadership quality. Maybe he was a bit aggressive in his posture. Let's just put it like that. Well, we almost had a problem in the crowd. It was no big deal. It's nothing Strange Matter hadn't dealt with at any other punk rock or hardcore show. It was less than that. It was, it was a harsh word was spoken, maybe a push or something. That was it. It was all over. I don't know, because the table hit the ground, sounded like a gunshot. I was outside with the bitches. I got to be honest. I'm no G. I'm a civilian. There was really no metal detection of going on, so I broke out, straight up and down. 6:30, broke out. But all in all, it was a great event. Whether you agree with the judges or not, that does build extreme anticipation for a rematch, and that's another key component to these battles, especially for a battle league like Southpaw starting off. Got a great start, off and running. It's a great thing to build anticipation for a rematch. What is exactly what this battle did. I might disagree with the decision, but I would have to defer till we see the footage. It's that kind of battle, right? So let's wait till the footage drops, and then the internets, of course, will tell us who won, all right? So before I get out of here, I'm the original DJ in this RVA battle shit. I ain't say no more. Shout out to Noah O for his big moves. Shout out to Black Lick for his big moves. Shout out to Radio AMG, Cheats Movement for their big moves. RVA, RIC, we doing it now. Don't fuck it up at this point. Shout out to the Goonies before I go, hosting the battle, doing a great job, doing their thing with URL. So peace to everybody doing their thing. That's the overlying compliment of the situation. Old GranDad, peace once again. Southpaw, I'm out.